Well, here we are, back in the car, where I have done post-game reactions in the past. Did I dream the last 6 months? Did I hallucinate that the Titans went out and got a young, progressive, offensive-minded head coach, and they went and got all these people in free agency and all of these different weapons and did all of these things to change the identity of this organization, only for them to come out week one, and the only thing missing was Mike Vrabel. The only thing missing was Vrabel standing over there on the sideline, because this felt like the same old Titans. Nothing had changed. Nothing had changed. Did I hallucinate the last 6 months? Because what I just watched felt a whole lot like what I've seen before. It felt very familiar. It felt like the sequel to a bunch of terrible movies that I've already seen before. The defense deserved to win this game. I do not know what more you could have asked for from the defense. T'Vondre Sweat, I thought he was great. Jeffrey Simmons was a game wrecker. He was in the backfield all day long. Harold Landry played well. The secondary, L'Jarius Sneed, I don't know what more he could have done. Cheeto Awuzie, Amani Hooker played really well. Jarvis Brownlee got in there and played well. I don't know what more you could have asked this defense to do. They didn't give up a touchdown. The Bears' offense did not score a touchdown today. The defense deserved to win. Denard Wilson deserved to win this game. But in typical Titans fashion, the offense rewarded that defense by pretty much spitting in their face. The first half, the Titans had a couple of nice drives. Outside of those two drives, this offense was as abysmal as they've been at any other point over these last couple of years. How is it possible with all of these new people that it's the same? I mean, is it the uniform? Is it the logo? Is it the location of the team? Do we need to put them in another city? Like, what is it about this organization that it doesn't matter who they bring in, it doesn't matter who they let out, it's the same thing every single year. So let's just start with the quarterback. All off season, we went to bat for this guy. Oh, Brian Callahan's the quarterback whisperer. He's worked with so many great young quarterbacks. He's gonna solve the Will Levis problem. He's got all these weapons coming in. Well, if today is any indication, and I know it's a long season and it's just week one, but if today is any indication, it's concerning. It's concerning. Missed 2 touchdowns to Calvin Ridley. The first, when he was streaking down the right side and Levis underthrew him and it nearly got intercepted. Ridley had to knock it away from the guy. That should have been a touchdown. Some people said Levis's arm got hit on that one, but no, either way, he underthrew Calvin Ridley and it should have been a touchdown. And then on the play right before the blocked punt that started this avalanche, Levis had Ridley streaking wide open. He had his guy beat, had him wide open for a touchdown down the left side, and he overthrew him. So we have accuracy issues. Then, I mean, what more opportunity could you want? Week one, on the road, it's 17-3. You have a chance to put the game away. You can't do it. Then they block a punt, return it for a touchdown. Now it's 17-10. You have a couple of possessions when it's 17-10. You have an opportunity to get the momentum back and go down and at least get a field goal, make it a 2-score game. You can't do it. Then it's 17-13. You have a chance to stop the bleeding. Can't do it. 17-16. Try to take the momentum back. Can't do it. And then one of the stupidest interceptions you will ever see in your life. I can't even believe I saw it. Can't even believe it was my team's quarterback that threw this stupid interception. Underhands it off into midair, right into a guy's hands. So we have a blocked punt return for a touchdown and a pick six for a touchdown, and what may be the stupidest pick six that I've ever seen in my life. Great. Thanks, defense. Thanks, defense, for playing so hard today, but sucks for you. Our special teams can't figure out how to block on a punt. Our special teams, the return game and special teams, I mean, Jaquan Jackson, he couldn't find a lane to save his life, and I'm not blaming him. I'm saying by the time he got to the 20-yard line, he was getting met with guys. Our kickoff team couldn't cover, and they gave up a huge return, which gave them 3 points at the end of the half. And then when it was 24-17, Levis and company had two opportunities to go down there and tie the game, and it wasn't even an option. Like, I didn't even consider that they would actually do it because it just felt so hopeless at that point that it was just like, I mean, you know, Calvin Ridley, we added him $92 million. He had 3 catches, and he was open for more, but underthrows, overthrows, and left, right, and sideways. Then Tyler Boyd, we brought him in. He had 3 catches. Hopkins had 1. I know he was on limited snaps. Like, just the same old crap. Offensive line, probably better than last year, but still not even close to good enough. The sack fumble that happened in the middle of the Titans' total meltdown in the second half, that was the first-round pick, J.C. Latham. I don't know what kind of game he had in all today. You know how it is on the offensive line. You got to go back and watch and see. But J.C. Latham, that was a bad rep for him. Bad rep for him. Dylan Radins got hurt. Who knows the severity of that? I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow or tonight or something. But it's just like, we waited for this. We waited for this and said, man, this is going to be different. New offense. We're finally going to be able to score some points and get the ball down the field. And then we just showed up and did the same old thing. It was like nothing had changed. It was like no time had passed from the end of last season to the start of this one. Same stuff. And so there are people who will say, hey, you know, it's week 1. You know, week 1's weird. Yeah, week 1. I understand. It's tough when you start on the road with that many new faces. With that being said, this is a worst case scenario. The Titans were up 17-0 at one point in this game. Their defense, Caleb Williams was borderline terrible today. Couldn't do anything. I don't even think he had 90 yards. And it didn't matter because the Titans, in typical Titan fashion, could not score points, could not build on a lead, could not get out of their own way, and literally handed this game to the Bears. Embarrassing start to the season. And don't get in my comments and say, oh, but you need to have more faith. Listen, I'm not calling for anybody to be fired. I'm not calling for anybody to be released. I'm not calling for anybody to be traded. I am simply telling you that at this moment, at 3:30 p.m. Central Time, after the first game of the season just ended, this is an embarrassing start to the season. And everybody from the outside who had doubts about Will Levis, who did not believe in Will Levis, who did not believe in the Titans because of Will Levis, right now, they're probably feeling very justified in those feelings, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them. I'm going to the game a week from today. Titans-Jets, the home opener. And you better hope and pray that what we see in that game is better than the crap that I just had to watch for the last 3.5 hours. Because it felt awfully familiar. I feel no different now than what I have felt for the last 2 years after every game like this where the defense plays well and the offense can't even give them an ounce of anything to reward them for their effort. So Rand and Callahan and Levis and everybody better have some answers. Because if it don't get no better than this, I got excited for this. Been waiting months for this. Felt like a kid on Christmas morning today when I woke up. And I opened the gift, and it was nothing but coal. Nothing but the same old stupid coal. And it better get fixed.